So ready for this pachanga? Always.
That's a great word, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if it's one of those words that it feels and it sounds what it means, you know? Changa. Like the word tiny. Tiny sounds tiny.
Vamos a montar un tinglao, una juerga, una...
Juerga.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, people keep coming in.
Love it.
Well, welcome everyone.
I suppose you can keep spinning mientras, no, Reina?
It's 7:40 already.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, hi Bianca.
Bianca!
Lima!
Hey, Vermont!
Everyone did the house. There's so many people.
This is great. This is amazing.
I love not recognizing the names because it's like, oh my God, new people that I don't know.
New friends.
Exactly.
44 attendees as of right now.
Perfect.
Okay.
We good?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Take it away. Yay.
Let's
Okay.
do this.
Yeah, this
All
is
right.
great. Okay, so let's start. Everybody, welcome to our kickoff event. We're so excited that you're here joining us. Thank you so much for coming and being here with us to our fiesta. Oh, hi Tijuana.
And, ooh.
Yeah, so we are a part of AIGA Unidos. We are the organizers, and this is the first event of Hispanic Heritage Talks 2020. We are just very excited to be able to share our heritage, our culture, our creativity with you. So let's introduce each other, please. Okay.
Guess that means I go first.
Yeah.
Hi, so I'm Jimena from the AIGA San Antonio chapter. I am from Tampico, Mexico, and I've been in the States, Texas, San Antonio in particular, for over 13 years. I forget, it seems like yesterday. I'm the current president, but I've been on the board for I think 5-6 years, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, 5 years, something like that. Gone through a couple,
At least.
yeah. And yes, that's me. And now we're Unidos and we're doing cool things.
Hi, everybody. I am Reina Castellanos. I am from Caracas, Venezuela, and I am part of the AIGA Orlando board. I've been here in Orlando, or in the United States, since 2000, so it's been quite a while. I have been part of AIGA for a long time, but as a board member since, I want to say 2016, having different roles throughout, but I am currently part of the Women Lead Initiative team, and I am also a community board member.
Hi everyone, I'm Dio Jensen. I'm from Lima, Peru. I've been here since, well, here, like in the US, since 2004. That's crazy. And then I've been part of AIGA since 2016. I was the secretary for AIGA Atlanta from 2017 to 2019. And since 2019, I have been the treasurer. I'm also a teacher at Portfolio Center. And yeah, I am very happy to be here with you.
Hi, I am Anthony Wellborn. I am the President Emeritus of San Antonio. I am currently occupying the role of Director of Board Operations. I was very happy to hand the presidency over to Jimena, who is doing an amazing job, especially in the times of COVID. I am originally from Minnesota, but I owned and operated and lived as a designer in Spain for 12 years. I had a graphic design studio there, and I have been involved with AIGA San Antonio since about 2013, and I joined the board in 2015. And then I served 2 terms, one as a co-president and another term as president. And I am also super happy to be here with everyone.
Hi, hello, my people. My name is Victor Davila. I am originally from Santurce, Puerto Rico, and I am the president emeritus of AIGA Orlando. I've been on the board since 2011, and I've been in Orlando since I was 3. So I've been here all my life, so I'm happy to represent our chapter and our community here. Oh, I'm also a assistant professor at the University of Central Florida. So there you go, that's my day job. So thank you. Happy to see you guys here.
Hi, everyone. I'm the freshest, I guess. Victor said 2011. I'm like a year and a half in. So let's go like 2019, joined AIGA DFW. And I am born and raised DFW, so I have nothing crazy going on. But I joined the Communications Committee, and I'm the incoming programming director for 2020. So all these fun times and getting events going, they're going to be great.
All right.
So a little bit about AIGA Unidos. We are a multi-chapter collaboration creating a space to empower and celebrate the lives, work, stories, and needs of creatives with a Latinx and Hispanic culture heritage. I don't know the exact date, but I think we are maybe like 2.5 months old, which is pretty impressive considering everything that's been happening and everything that we've been planning. But this is our, our official, pachanga to the world. Let us introduce ourselves.
Cool. So as we have said, we're a multi-chapter event, and these are the chapters that are currently involved with AIGA Unidos that have put their efforts in order to bring these events to you. So thank you to San Antonio, Orlando, Atlanta, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Detroit, Austin, Jacksonville, Connecticut, Gainesville, St. Louis, Miami, and Kansas City. Thank you so much. You have made our dreams come true. Unidos, hacemos la diferencia, which means united, we make change, we make a difference. It's crazy how, we met a year ago, and 2.5 months we got together and actually created this dream that now is a reality. And even though we have listed these chapters, I want to say that we welcome everybody to join us. All chapters are welcome to join. And also all people are welcome to join us. All creatives are welcome to join us. I don't know, Jimena, if you would like to add anything to it.
I'm just overwhelmed. We welcome everyone, and it's been great working. We've met every week for 2 months, and actually, when Reina brought it up, it's a week. It's 2 months tomorrow. We actually met on the 16th. So it's meant to be. It's just perfect. And so it's been great, the energy from everyone and making things happen. And we have a lot of plans for the future too, without getting too much ahead of myself. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting. And I know, I don't know if Reina, you had anything else to say, or I kind of.
No. So we are gonna give you guys a little background of how we met, where we met, and all of that. So we're gonna pass it to Victor and Anthony.
All right, thank you all. So just to give you a little bit of background, we met a year ago, back in the summer of 2019. What was it, June, Anthony? That we met for the leadership retreat in Atlanta. Obviously, Raina and I already knew each other, but we just started kind of connecting with all these people. And all the leadership retreat is when a lot of the leaders from different chapters come together and learn new things, make connections. And that's when we met these amazing people. And there was a lot of energy in the leadership retreat. And one day, towards the end, this gentleman here stands up and starts addressing the whole room of chapter leaders in Spanish. And Anthony, I can't remember exactly what you said. I just remember how I felt after you said it. So can you give us a little bit of a rundown of like a reminder as to what you said and got that kind of got all your juices going?
It was mostly about how I wanted, well, first of all, I asked where all the Spanish speakers were. And I wanted to see, you know, where everybody was at and what, you know, what was going on. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to get as many of us in a group together at the closing party as I could. Because what I really wanted was a little circle of us getting loud, because that's what we're really great at. Doing our own individual signature swears, because we know that every region has their own distinctive manner of swearing, which I think is fabulous. and just essentially closing it down, because one thing I have a great affection for in San Antonio is the fact that anytime an event ends, it is always Jimena, myself, and usually whatever other Spanish speakers are there that night. And we're the absolute last ones to leave. And that's the experience I wanted at the leadership retreat. And so I went looking for that experience. I wanted to link us all up, just like a barrel of monkeys, where you start chaining them all together. That's what I really wanted to do. So that was my whole point of getting up and
I think you're being modest, is the way I remember is that as you were speaking, there was a boulder that suddenly appeared from the ground and that you stepped on, and the background just kind of like melted into all the flags of Latin America.
I think it was more
at the same time.
that, like, hey, this white dude is speaking Spanish, but you know.
Or that. But it was a real amazing call to action. We connected afterwards. We connected like outside in the balcony. We took pictures. We kind of connected outside in the restaurants and the bars. And we started formulating plans as to what to do. Raina and I were talking about having some sort of Florida event. San Antonio was already planning their own event. There was other chapters. Actually, San Antonio, you guys were really ahead of everybody else with your own event. And then COVID happened, as you know, and it kind of derailed a lot of our plans. But at the same time, I think what happened there is that it allowed, you know, as creatives often do or always do, they try to figure out, they're given limitations and they try to figure out how we can play within those limitations. And that's when Unidos, as this group that you see right now, is took shape and came around. Right, Anthony?
Well, I mean, we formed a WhatsApp group after immediately, and it was kind of
right.
coming back from the retreat, because I mean, especially for those of you who I saw you blipping in from all different countries, like, you know, you live on WhatsApp, and sometimes logging in and seeing like I'd be gone for like a few hours and all of a sudden 50 messages would be queued up. Like, we clearly all wanted to stay in touch. Mm-hmm. And I think we managed to pretty well. And then all of a sudden we really started talking seriously about kind of approaching this event. And then suddenly we got on a call and it just started to happen immediately. We call it a lot, we went rogue, and that's exactly what we did.
And that's exactly, I think, what we needed to do, is to go rogue and just start, everybody who knows me, everybody who knows us,
and just, yes.
Yeah, knows that we're all about community. And it was just an effort because we had this passion of what can we do to represent a community that we felt hasn't been as visible as it could be in many different facets, right? So AIGA has always had a diversity and inclusion initiative, but we decided to kind of like create something that was our own voice, our own directions, our own plans, and see what happens. And what did happen is that we were able to get a lot of the chapters, and everybody else in HQ was just like, yes, let's do that. That's exactly what we need to do. So we are a collaboration of many different chapters, and we hope that more chapters will, as we keep growing and keep moving forward, will join us. So all you chapters are in the chat. I expect you guys to reach out to us, and yeah.
Yes, yes.
And by the way, because I think we still have a little bit of time in our section, right, Dio? Because I know you're the timekeeper, so I'm just going to keep rattling on. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing team of organizers from so many different chapters. But I do want to give a shout out to Jimena, Dio, and Reina, because they are the ones that did a lot of the heavy lifting. They are our leaders for our team. They created the schedule, and Jimena did the website. And those of you who are admiring the branding and the wallpapers, Reina did that. So they'll be on podcasts or speaking. They're going to be celebrity. I think they're going to be in the Oscars this year, I think. But it's one of those things that is just kind of like their leadership is really what kind of like drove us and got us all together. So I just want to kind of thank you all, the whole team, but the leaders of our team here for doing such an amazing job. So thank you. Virtual clap.
Yes, I mean, I'm echoing a bunch of you in the chat. Like, I can't say enough good about the work that these ladies have done. I mean, seriously, Jimena did an amazing job on the sites. You know, and Dio has always been a fantastic leader throughout all of these, keeping us on task, and because it was a Herculean task to keep us all together and all moving in the same direction. And Reina, que no puedo decir más. I mean, everything, all the creative that she does, I mean, está de putísima madre, joder.
Wow.
I love it when you talk to me in Spanish, Anthony.
Me cago en 10.
So that is to say that, you know, we have put so much effort in this, and, you know, we want to highlight and we want to celebrate our culture and the creatives that, you know, makes us so proud, you know, to be part of the same group. But also we want to reinforce the fact that Unidos is for everybody.
Right. So I'd like to, I'm not sure if we introduced Michael already. Michael, actually we did at the beginning, sorry. I'm already forgetting the schedule, my bad. We'll edit that part out of the video. But I'd like to invite Michael up to the podium too, because one of the things that we want to know is we want to get a sense that you guys all know that, like what Reina says, that this is for everybody, whether you speak Spanish or English or what. This is to highlight our community, but everybody's welcome. But I wanted to get a sense, why are we here? I'm here because I love community. I love here because I love my personal community, but also our creative community as a whole. And I love our Latinx and Hispanic communities. And I wanted to make sure that we are represented and we have a voice in what we're doing. I think that echoes a lot, but Michael, can you share a little bit about why you're here?
Yeah, so my name is Michael Lopez, but I don't speak Spanish. And so that's one of the things, like, oh, okay, I got to explain to everybody, but we'll talk about that later. So coming into this, it was like, okay, it's more inclusive. And I was just kind of thrown into it. They sent me a link and then I joined and I was like, oh, look at all these people. This is fun. Oh, wow, everything's moving so quickly. It's kind of my first impression. And then, yeah, so I quickly realized that it was going to be more of a commitment than I anticipated, just logging into Zoom real quick. And then, so that's how I like jumped in it. But the reason I come back every week, I guess Victor kind of hit on it, is like the bringing everyone together, the collaborative effort. Like all these chapters are here and usually would be just straightforward in a DFW kind of bubble, and kind of highlight of this year is we're able to be here together right now. And then just interacting with people across the nation essentially. And then hopefully we go beyond that. And then the content that we're going to provide to everybody over the next month is going to be pretty cool. Like I'm sure everyone here has gone over the speaker list and everything. So that, and then I personally haven't seen, I guess, a large scale dive into the Latinx and Hispanic heritage like we plan on doing here at Unidos, which is cool. And I'm top of that, probably the most important reason I keep coming back is like the originality and individualism that that it takes for people to put into their work. Like everyone can work in the tools, okay, cool. But it's that like extra little zest that all of our speakers are gonna bring to everyone, that like interact, more personality in all their work, that I wanna learn how to like harness my own personality and throw it out in there. And then I feel over the next month, I'm gonna feel that a little more, understand.
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Thank
you don't
you.
need to speak Spanish is my highlight.
You don't need to.
No, I mean, that's the biggest thing that I don't think we ever came right out and exactly said. But I mean, you know, we don't want to also create the idea that you can't enjoy this programming if you do not come from Latinx or Hispanic heritage, because that's really not all of it. That's really not what it's about at all. I mean, we want to showcase these folks, but it's no different than bringing the speakers in to speak to our chapters. I mean, it's no different. We're just giving a platform to some of these creatives that you might not know, and that's what it's about, really. I mean, I never want to hear. I mean, I'm hoping I don't hear anyone say, "Well, I'm not Latin or Hispanic. Like, what am I going to get out of it?" Dude, these are just other creatives. Come and listen to what they have to say, because their experience has made them a uniquely, amazing creative. And I mean, that they deserve to be known just like anyone else.
And those local people, like, you're like, oh, I have somebody over in Orlando, I never heard about them, and it's like, why am I already not following them?
Right.
Yeah.
It's giving people voices, or a stage that might not have a stage before. But it's also, one of the things I'm really impressed, and I know that we're going to talk a little bit about it later, so forgive me for jumping ahead, is like the eclecticness of the lineup that all the chapters have introduced, the amount of different disciplines of creatives that we have, whether it's designers and illustrators, but also like chefs and musicians and filmmakers. And it's just an amazing thing that all these chapters have put together. So it's just a matter of, I expect to be inspired. I expect to learn something. I know I will be inspired, and I know I'll learn something. Not only will I learn something about like their designs, but I'll learn about their stories, their challenges, how they met these challenges. So that's what I'm looking forward to as an attendee of these events. Is just the amazing eclecticness of this lineup that we have.
Cool. Next slide, please.
And I think before we get into the next slide, which is kind of what everything that we've been talking about, what it kind of led into, which is this month long of great talks and a various amount of like different topics and disciplines, is, kind of how we got here. There is, we were very excited to find each other. And like, I know Dio has mentioned her several times where she thought she was one of the very, very few, Hispanic Latinos in AIGA and in just the design industry in general in the States. And then when she found all of us, right, there was this big excitement about finding all of these creatives, right? And just quick little backtrack, before we met in Atlanta, Maria, another board member from San Antonio, and I somehow ended up at a typography conference in Mexico. We both studied design here, so we like didn't even know the terms. We were so out of our element, but we saw the amount of talent that it was the country we grew up in, and we had no idea who any of these people were. And a lot of times we've kind of seen their work, and but we had no clue, right? And we look at the leaders that we see today, that we see headlining the conferences, which are great. They're great designers, they're great people, but they're the only ones we see. And so we were like, why are we not showing this talent, showcasing it to the communities that we live in and that we work with, and then just everyone else in general? So that's when we were like, well, we need to do something, right? This talent can't stay in Mexico and Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, you know, we're everywhere. And it's a different style and perspectives and personalities that diversity is what makes us stronger. So we were like, we need to do something. We kind of put together something in San Antonio, but when we met, we were like, we can do so much more, right? The power of people is something we've been talking about a lot, which ended up becoming what we're going to be presenting starting tomorrow, Thursday, is the Hispanic Heritage Talks 2020, is where we come a month long of a variety of speakers, very eclectic, like Victor said. And so I'm like overwhelmed because it came together super, super fast. And I just love the amount of energy around it. And I hope that y'all enjoy it as well. Just because I want to share all this talent with everyone. So I'm excited. And I'm going to share real quick just the website because it's going to be a good overview of what we have. And then all y'all feel free to jump in and everything. I can ramble quite a bit. So yeah, just don't, you know, this is kind of what we've talked about, a little bit of our origin story, where it started. We're for everyone, Spanish, English, anything. Like, we want you to be involved, and just look at the amount of people that we found and the diversity that we have here is very, very, very exciting. If I'm scrolling too fast, let me know. But
one of the cool things about this is whenever we started initially, we're like, okay, we can do it. Hispanic Heritage Month, let's get one speaker every week. And then all the slots filled up. And like, oh, well, I guess we can go to 2. And then we end up with a calendar full of people because there's like so much talent, and I never heard of a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had to put people like, oh, we'll do something later, because the response was great, both on chapters organizing and people wanting to be a part and speak. Go ahead, Reina. I think I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I think it came to a point that we were like overwhelmed with the support, just trying to figure out, you know, what can we do, because we do want to like highlight as many people as we can. We also started incorporating, in part of the talks, we have also panel discussions that are centered around, one of them around artists in activism, the activism space, as well as 2 panels in education, one from the point of view of students and one from the point of view of educators. We truly kind of, you know, we believe that we want to hear from everybody, and, you know, as many people as we can. And we definitely try to diversify those point of views, because I mean, it's one of those things that you don't know what you're gonna learn. You don't know what you're gonna see different once you hear the story of someone that, you know, might not have had the same career pathway as you did. Also, I think we might have given the shout out earlier, Victor might have, but Jimena coded this whole website herself, literally working on her birthday. I think it was the day that we launched it, and she's just like, I don't know, eating cake and coding, and we were like, oh my God, Jimena, you goddess.
She stayed until 3. She was awake until 3 a.m. after her birthday, and she was still coding, and we were just like writing on WhatsApp. And we live on WhatsApp now, trying to like arrange everything for Unidos. Well, I mean, it's done through Slack, but between the 3 of us, when we have to just work on all the documents, we're up until like 2 a.m. And she was there, you know, just coding away on her birthday, trying to get the website ready, so we could launch everything. You're amazing.
Just push go, like you got it, it's over. You know, whenever you don't want to push print or send your files off. She was like, oh, guys, I got a few more things. We're like, let's just do it. So.
Oh, it happened today. It's like, what if? And I'm like, humanity perfection. Get away from the computer.
But so
it's exciting.
Another thing I wanted to highlight about the speakers is whenever I go to conferences, I get like good stuff out of it, but I'm not at a company with 100 people in the creative department, or so this is people of all kinds of different, different size companies at different stages in their career. So that diversity within this is pretty cool, on top of the different creative fields. I just wanted to touch on that because I'm really excited.
Yes. Yeah, I love that we have a variety of people. We've got chefs, we've got filmmakers, we're showing, a movie, there's video production, fashion. It's really exciting. That's why I wasn't sleeping, because it was really exciting to put everything together and look at the program. And so, I encourage you to go through the site and through social, where we've been sharing samples of the work from some of the speakers and more details about the talks. And go ahead, we've got at least, it's between 3 to 4 events a week up until October 15th. And there's a lot of cool stuff. So we will also be recording all of these talks and sharing them afterwards. So it can be overwhelming. It's a big schedule. But I encourage you to attend as many as you can. And if not, we'll definitely be sharing those afterwards. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. For sure.
Yeah, no, this is, it's just, I'm still just shocked that we're here today, especially when I think we agreed on starting with 10 events, maybe 11 events.
We're doing 2 a week, something like that.
Yeah, and
would have filled the spots, and then I had to turn people away.
Yeah.
We'll be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And I think it's, it's like evidence of, I think literally the day that we launched our social media, we got a DM or messages from people. It's finally, I am so excited for this. And it's I think the fact that we had to expand our schedule, 3 times over, is that, all of the speakers that you see listed on our website, they are all donating their time, their energy, their expertise to share, with our communities. And I think that's just, evidence that, it was needed, and that they care, and that, the people out there do want to find community. And, thankfully, through the virtual space, we're able to do it regardless of where you are located. You just need internet access, so it's really, when I say overwhelming, it's me freaking out at 3 a.m. thinking, I don't want to say no to this person, so when do we put them in the schedule?
I agree. And the good thing, overwhelming. Yeah, and the good thing is that AIGA Unidos is not limited to Hispanic Heritage Talks. This is our first event. We want to be here for as long as you will have us. We are here to party. We are here to bring our culture to you. And we want to create more events in the future. We want to have our conferences. Hopefully the Somos conference will happen soon, and that will be forever. Yes, forever. So we want to do conferences. We want to hear from you. We want to hear, what is it that you need? What would you like for AIGA Unidos to bring to you, to offer to you? So please just tell us what you need. So we can do a Q&A right now. So if you open your Q&A window, you can write the questions to us, and we'll happily answer your questions. So please interact with us. We want to hear from you. Okay.
I have a question for Anthony.
Yes.
What are you drinking?
I am having a Basil Hayden Old Fashioned that I made myself.
Okay.
In fact, I made the I made the simple syrup by hand right before we had our meeting today.
Míralo.
I'm drinking Propel electrolyte water. So, salud.
Saludcita.
Oh, so fancy.
Okay. I don't know. I'm looking at the Q&A right now. I don't see anything pop up yet.
I think some people are doing it in the chat. So maybe.
Yeah. Anthony's requesting DJ Reina. Look,
DJ Reina is open for weddings and bar mitzvahs
I go
and graduation parties.
go. I personally like the throwback. Let's see what other throwbacks we can have.
Yes, while we wait for questions. So again, pop up the Q&A. Ooh, question. I see a question.
Daniela.
Yes.
From Orlando.
As an artist, designer, how can we help you grow? How can we help the program? Who wants to take over this one?
Ooh.
So, I lost you a little bit. That was the question? How can we?
As an artist designer, how can we help you grow? How can we help the program? This is from Daniela Sora.
I mean, I think the way to get started to help us is tell us how we can help you and highlight like what are the like sorry to like flip it back like that, but because we do have ideas, and we have ideas of things we want to do, both in highlighting and giving platform to more people, creatives, and help me help you. Yes, exactly, Leo. And any other things that we could do. You know, we've talked about things like scholarship funds and just resources available for business, for education. So we have a ton of ideas, but we would love to hear what are the things that, you know, you're facing, what are the difficulties that we can aid, or what is something that you want to see, right? What's something that maybe you're tired of and you need a refresher from as far as the content you're seeing. Like, I think we're still kind of like in a brainstorming session, and this was our, hey, here we are, let's do a thing. But at the same time, we want to know what you want to see, because at the end of the day, we're still a small group of people. There are a lot of us. We got together pretty quickly, but we're still a small group of people that we don't want to like bias into like just one track, right? Because we tend to agree a lot. So we want to see what other people want to do, what you need, and then we can help you.
And just dovetailing into that, if you know somebody that we need to know about, that is the best way to help us. If you know somebody that's like, hey, you guys have got to know this person, trust me, we want to know them too.
Yeah. And one of the most immediate steps you can take to help us grow and actually, you know, like help us figure out the directions that AIGA Unidos can take is actually, you know, go to our events, see, you know, whether it's something that, you know, resonates directly with what you're doing, if it's like an illustrator or a designer, or, you know, they're going to talk about collaboration or whatever it might be. Go to the ones that are, you know, maybe like outside your what's the phrase, wheelhouse. And you see on the screen, we actually have a survey for all our events. So definitely, you know, attend the talks, you know, jot down some thoughts and like let us know. We are definitely, you know, looking into expanding different avenues. We want to become a resource for everybody. So I think, you know, having, you know, put together this, it's not that I don't like saying the C word, which is conference, but this is a conference. So having put up this, you know, month-long conference, we definitely want to see what do you think, and we want to hear your honest thoughts, because and I'm sure other chapter leaders would echo this, you know, that we're here to serve our community. We have, you know, we have a platform and we have resources and we have, you know, the experience of like throwing events or putting programming together and all of these different things. So we just want to know, you know, how can we tweak the course of where we're going. And, you know, that's where you guys come in. We want to give you what you want to see.
Another thing you could probably help us out with, like all this month, is just sharing, retweeting, posting all over social media. If you're going to attend one of the events, be like, oh, check out this person. I've been wanting to hear from them. I'll be at the event. So anything you can reshare on social.
Yes, we have 2 more questions from
Can I add one more thing real quick, Neil? If I could? I think one thing you can also do, and this goes with any event that you might have with AIGA or whatever, is if we have a sponsors, go ahead and support the sponsors that are supporting us so that you can give them a reason, hopefully, to sponsor us more, especially as we grow. We'll be looking for new sponsors or bigger sponsors. So make sure that you go to those sponsors and kind of like use their products, or at least, and let them know what sent you there. Let them know that that their sponsorship of our events is actually kind of like helping the community and helping you in some way. So that is always helpful, regardless of the event.
Cool. Okay, so 4 questions now. Bathsheba Castro Martinez, how do we stay in touch during the times of COVID? Is there a Slack yet?
We don't have a Slack yet, but that's a possibility. I know there are a lot of different groups that, you know, hopefully we could partner with, that are not groups, but digital communities, I don't know, virtual communities that exist, like Latinx who design. That's a great one. We have not created one for ourselves yet, but if that's something that y'all would think that it's like helpful, I'm more than happy to kind of like kickstart that. Right now, a lot of people have been keeping in touch with us through social media. I know like Dio and I are like all day, every day, like attached. But, you know, we also have like a great, like heaven sent social media team that have been like mind-blowingly amazing. But yeah, I mean, slide into our DMs, let's get in touch. And if, you know, if we create a Slack, a Discord, something like that, I know a lot of us would be open to it.
Cool. Anybody wants to add anything else to that? We're good? Okay. Bianca, our dearest Bianca says,
Hola.
Anthony, disculpa.
No, Joe. Go for it.
Okay. Bianca Lima, could be fun to build a group of designers, studios, and companies for networking opportunities. Yes. Well, it's not a question, it's a statement. But what do you guys think, though?
I think that might be very similar to what Reina was talking about, where that group that you just mentioned, Reina, that where the Latinx who design, right? That kind of thing. I would ask Bianca if you could elaborate on what you're thinking. Is like, what would be helpful? What kind of list? Would it just be kind of like a list of different Latinx and Hispanic designers, or would it be something else? Is that what you're talking about? Are you hoping just to actually create a business of Latinx and designers? I'm curious as to.
Yeah, I think it'd be like a good resource. I think going back to something, I don't know if I mentioned, I know it was in my notes, but I might have closed over that. At least like personally, there's not, you know, like I don't know a lot of, it might be like studios or design firms that are Latinx or Hispanic led. And, you know, I am hoping that in the future, our website, AIGAUnidos.com, it does become a resource that we can, you know, showcase these people as well, these businesses, these makers, all of that. So I think, you know, creating kind of like a hefty like database. And it's one of those things that, you know, you don't know what you don't know. So if there's anyone out there that you would like us to kind of like highlight, whether it's inviting them for an event or, you know, maybe interviewing them for social, something like that. Definitely.
What do you say, Anthony?
I said, or a panel even.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I do like a panel.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, from Vanessa Cuevas, are there critiques on portfolios? I think that would be helpful to hear from those in the industry.
So not for these talks, but that is something that we've definitely talked about, and I think that we will do eventually. We just, we'll need to figure out the logistics. After this, we are gonna powwow again and then plan all the new things. But I think that would be really, really helpful, especially right now. Virtually we have access to a lot of creatives, and it helps in coordinating that. So I think that's a for sure on my side. It's just gonna take us a little bit to get it set up and running, but for sure.
Cool. Okay, and then Bianca is explaining that it's to network in a space where designers and companies can be in touch to connect for projects to hire, volunteer, and drive change in this moment in time.
I wonder.
That's interesting.
Rambling again, but I think you mentioned it before. I think about the website eventually becoming a resource, and I think that is something that we can definitely incorporate. And we've talked about both within Unidos doing that and partnering with other people and organizations that are already doing similar things, like Latinx who design. They are basically a directory of both freelancers and agencies and a variety of people, and so we're missing the connect part. So I think that's something we can definitely work on and talk about, and it's a great idea. Eventually, whether we get a Slack or a Discord community up or a mix of everything to get people connected and to getting jobs or speaking or anything, right, to promote and elevate their career.
We should call Pablo.
Yeah, he was on my list. Pablo's on my list.
Come to us, Pablo.
Pablo Mexican. I'm gonna take him some tacos.
Okay, and then the last question, Daniela Sora, is there a place to communicate these needs and thoughts, a Slack group or email?
So yeah, email. Our email is aigaunidos@gmail.com. And also, like I said earlier, professionally slide into our DMs. If we have your contact, we can, kind of like have you down. And also in our website, there is a form at the bottom of how you can contribute. Again, because we want this to be a future resource for everybody, we're also thinking of, how can we partner with people in our community? So if it's something that, you would like to, there's some topic that you're passionate about, maybe we can have you as a guest writer on the blog, or you're gonna illustrate something for an article, like that'd be awesome. So we definitely wanna kind of, create these partnerships and, maybe, ultimately, become one of the AIGA chapter leaders, something like that. We definitely, like right now, it's almost like the location doesn't matter, but in the future, maybe a lot of you that are not AIGA members, maybe do get involved with your AIGA community in your city or in your state.
We have another question. Are these meetings only through Instagram, or will there be other Zoom meetings? The registration button leads to Instagram. So that button, that's for the talk for tomorrow. That's going to be on Instagram Live. That's going to be Design Future Now with Lee Shan. And he is going to interview us in his program through Instagram Live. The other events are all Zoom events. And if you click on those register buttons, they will take you to the host chapters, webinar registration or event registration. So please join us for all of the upcoming Zoom events and Instagram Live events. Anthony, do you wanted to answer that too?
No. I just clicked to, because I'm just being your admin assistant right here.
Thank you.
Also, just as a reminder, each of these events are put up by different AIGA chapters. So definitely go support them. see what other programming they're doing. I know some chapters are doing, you know, kind of like more like social hangouts, or they're doing like trivia night, things like that. So definitely, you know, after, I think it's going to be interesting seeing, you know, how all the different chapters operate, and then, you know, the people that you will find there. So definitely, you know, give them a follow on Instagram, or, you know, your preferred social media platform, and see like every chapter is doing like super cool things. There's a bunch of design weeks happening like this month. This is like design month too. So there's always programming for everybody.
That's right. Okay, shall we?
We're moving on
Yes.
to what we're calling an after party. So we've heard from you guys through the chat, but we also have another meeting. I don't know if you want to put it up, Jimena.
Yeah.
Another link for a meeting. If you wanna, you know, turn on your camera, talk in your microphone, and all of that, we're gonna be opening up a, what do you call it? Meeting? Is that the term? The Zoom term? Meeting?
Meeting.
A Zoom room?
To
A
see
breakout
you.
room?
The Zoom room. Let's head into the Zoom room.
The
The
Zoom?
Zoom
Right?
room.
Isn't that what it's called? I thought-
It may or may not be.
If
Put in some music.
not, it should be.
So we are all going to head over there in a little bit. I hope all of you are able to join us. If you want to keep the conversation going, there's 43 of you here, so I hope a lot of you can make it so we can keep talking. And I want to see all your faces.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. So don't forget, follow us on social media at AIGA Unidos, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our website is aigaunidos.com. And there you will find a list of our, all of our events happening from 15th of September until 15th of October.
Hey, Reina.
Yes.
Someone in the chat mentioned that they don't have cool backgrounds.
Oh,
You want to tell people where to get cool backgrounds?
Okay, so Michael just dropped the link tree, and that's where you're gonna find a lot of these links, the links to our survey, link to our website, obviously. And then there's a link for Zoom backgrounds. You can get, you know, your favorite colors, your favorite shapes, how intense you wanna be, how, you know, subdued and quiet you wanna be. But yeah. Kind of like keep it colorful, keep it fun. Oh yeah, and then like Michael said again, Spotify. We have a Spotify profile. We have a few playlists there. And again, if you're musically inclined and wanna kind of like share a playlist with us, again, email us or contact us on Instagram or something, and then we can like put you there as well. Send us your favorite music, the things that you're listening to right now. I think right now we have a Mujeres Latinoamericanas playlist. We have one that is like AIGA Unidos favorites, one that is like an intro to like rock en español. So yeah.
And traditional music. Don't forget the traditional music one.
Oh yeah, we have the traditional music. So yeah, there's a lot of places that you can find us.
Woohoo! Yes, so please, again, join us for all the events during Hispanic Heritage Month. We want to see you there. Please, these amazing creatives have put their time, their effort to make these events happen. The speakers are giving their time, they're volunteering their time, they're contributing their time. So come join us, join the party, learn something new. Yeah, we're unidos, we're together, we're united.
Yeah, so shall we make the transition to see everyone's faces?
Yes, exit music, please.
Ooh, wait, I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, see you in a bit, give me like 2 to 5 minutes to open it up. Eh, eh.
Porque quiero verte hoy. Espero sea un momento en que escuche tu voz.